Love Island, Season 7, Episode 37. Okay, so I have a few thoughts and opinions about it. Honestly, I'm gonna just go off the dome. I'm gonna just go off the thing. So when we first started, they basically recapping everything that happened in the season. It basically was showing the final four people that was on the couch, which was Ace and Shelly. No, I don't think Ace and Shelly was on the couch at first. It was Huda and Chris. It was it was the final four. It was Amaya Bryan. It was Taylor and Clark, and it was somebody else. I know it was Pepe and Irish. I whatever her name is. Oh, Irish. So basically, what was going on? They basically was telling about the recap and basically how are they now and how is everything going. And I honestly lived for Amaya and Brian. And this is why I live for them. I feel like their connection was actually genuine in the house. But as me seeing them on the stage at the reunion, I felt like it was kind of lackluster. Like they weren't really into each other. And then I see a clip that basically say after that, that they broke up or they unfollowed each other on Instagram. That don't mean they broke up just because they unfollowed each other on Instagram. Maybe they unfollowed each other on Instagram because it was too much going on. It was too toxic. Um, let's get into Irish and Pepe. Irish and Pepe was my least favorite people on the show. No shade. I'm so sorry. It was boring to me. It wasn't given. But Pepe gave when he was with Hannah. I live for him and Hannah. I think him and Hannah had a beautiful bond, a beautiful relationship. I think they smashed that out the park. But when he got with Irish, it's like something wasn't there. And then they even asked him like, "Are y'all okay? Or do y'all like each other or want to be with each other?" And he was basically like, "We just still taking it slow and this." And I'm like, how long have y'all been in the villa? Because my thing is, how long is the villa? And it's like a month. I think it was like a month in the villa. I think it's like 30 days a month. I think. Yeah, it's like 30 episodes. So I think it's like 30 days. So I think it's like a month. So yeah, I get it. They slow burners, they slow burning. But it's like, you don't have no type of feelings with the girl. You're not touching on her. You're not really rubbing on her. You're kissing her. It's like, you didn't show no affection. Taylor and Clark, you know how I feel about Taylor. I don't really too much get into her because the whole thing with Alandria and all that stuff, and I just feel like he faked the funk where you could have just been real and told her that you didn't really like her. No C, no E. And Hood and Chris, baby, Chris, I live for Chris because Chris was a stand-up guy, I felt like, but then Huda was saying he was doing stuff behind the back and hold closed doors, and then he was basically saying that she was acting a certain way based off the TV and based off all this stuff. And honestly, y'all, and I'm gonna be real and I'm be transparent, I don't give a fuck. I still don't like Huda. Sorry. There was no way for you to act like that on TV. You kind of embarrassed yourself. You kind of was acting a fucking fool. You acted that way with Jeremiah and you acted that way with Chris. So, honestly, you get no brownie points over here. No. One thing I did kind of like is when she did own up to the things that she did. And she was basically like, I'm not trying to argue with y'all. I'm tired of arguing with y'all ass. You know this and that and that. And I just felt like she only did that only because of the fucking reunion. I don't think she really did it out of genuine, like out the kindness of her heart. And then, okay, fast forward. Then the next thing, they had A. Shelley. They had the other people come out, all the other team members, all this other thing. Then they had the Villa Girls come out. They had so many people come out. And then I didn't like how Coco did that shit with Shelly and tried to basically do it with Alandria, basically. It was basically trying to call her out on podcasts. And that's what I hated about the whole reunion. Everybody went on a podcast show and basically dissed somebody on that stage that was in the villa. And after the whole show, everybody dissed somebody. And then basically it was like everybody was coming for them back. Like Alandria ate down. Alandria ate during the reunion. She ate down. She told the fuck the flow down. Bitch, she rolled the flow, rolled the boat, bitch. She rolled. Shelly them came. I said, look at my girls. Yeah, my girls. Like, my girls is standing up for themselves. And that's what I like because when they was in the show, they really didn't talk and stand up for themselves. They stood up for other people or they kind of put their opinion in it. But when them girls came together and really rolled that motherfucking reunion and got them hoes together at the reunion, they was like, we standing on business. We doing this shit right now. Ain't none of that extra shit outside of the villa or ain't none of that extra shit outside of the reunion because A lot of people love to talk shit, but then when it comes to reunion, they want to back down. Like Huda was backing down a lot. No shade. I thought Huda was gonna get a bitch wrong for their money, but I guess Huda was like, I'm tired of this girl. I already argued with y'all ass. I ain't got time. So I think that's kind of why she didn't really too much put no emphasis towards it. But me per se, bitch, I would have been arguing with every bitch on there. If they want to fight, bitch, ain't nothing there. We would have been talking about this shit now. I really want to fight y'all. Because at this point, it's like, what's the point? Like, we hear y'all talking shit. We could get this shit out. And there's no point in backing down because it's already clips of you saying the shit that you said. So, I don't know. So I didn't really like that about Coco because I think Coco just wanted her 5 minutes of fame. But I guess she was just saying what she said and then Alendria took it a certain way. But bitch, I would have called you out too, bitch. You should never say nothing about me. Anyway, why is you going on a podcast saying something about somebody? If you gonna say something about somebody, say something about somebody positive. Now, if you really got beef, say something about a bitch that's negative. No shade. That's why I felt like I was on more Alendria's side. The same thing with Shelly and Huda. I feel like Huda was wrong as fuck. You know, for you to dance on that boy and be pop your ass on that boy trying to make him eat your cuckoo, blah, blah, blah. That was fucking wrong. And that was ridiculous. Honestly, you should have seen yourself up there looking the damn mess and looking like a fucking fool. Like, no C, no E. Don't get me wrong, like, I lived for the whole drama of it. I lived for it. And even when I just feel like Huda was wrong. She was wrong for it. And honestly, that was your friend. You should never do no goofy shit like that. That was kind of goofy as fuck for you. Also, you wouldn't have liked when somebody did that to Chris or motherfucker Jeremiah. You would have been ready to fight. Because anytime somebody looked at Jeremiah, bitch, you told them to get the fuck back. Even like when you told Iris, when Iris first came, you said, get the fuck back. Get away from him. Like, girl, is you okay? Like, but then my thing is with her, that's why I didn't understand with Huda. Huda say that Jeremiah was love bombing her, but bitch, you was love bombing Jeremiah. You was love bombing Jeremiah the whole time. And people kept saying, Huda this, Huda that. No, she was love bombing this man because she kept telling him she loved him. She kept being in his face. She kept kissing him. She kept being all up on him. And he was fucking with her. Of course, he's going to feel some type of way. Of course, he's going to be like, damn, my feelings on the line. But my thing is, don't be like that. Don't do that because that's kind of nasty. You know, and I just feel like Huda was being kind of like, in her own zone, in her own hurricane Hood way. And that's why I feel like she was kind of like doing it that way. I don't say I hate the girl, but the way she looked at on motherfucking reality TV was fucking horrible. And it make anybody kind of look at you wrong if you was doing all this and they clipped that shit together. You know, and made it look like that. And then you see the cast saying that you was acting like that. So, 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 4. Okay, so move on from that. And she did do the most of that challenge with Ace. No shade. Another thing I didn't like is when when Austin called out Ace about the whole thing about you know, being the leader, the ringleader. Ace, you was the ringleader, girl. You was the ringleader. You was telling all these boys what to. You didn't tell them what to do, but you was kind of like, you was Big Mama. Like you was Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was Big Mama. You was in that kitchen. You was cooking every day. You was Big Mama. You was basically giving them what they wanted. And you was telling them, like, oh, this and that. You was kind of sneak dissing low-key. Because you didn't like the fact that Huda and Jeremiah was together and they basically closed off early. You hated that, honestly. But it was okay for you and Shelly to do it. That's why I say the double standard shit I didn't get. Because Ace and Shelly did the same thing. Technically. They just played around more. But then at the end, it came back. Which I get their logic to it because it's a game show. But... Strawberry. But that's why I say I get both of them. Strawberry. But that's why I say I get both of them. But I honestly get, you know... I get Shelly and Ace for doing that because at the end of the day, if they didn't play it that way, they would have been out the door. They would have been out the fucking door. And there would have been no way for them to... Because, you know, they was closed off. So anybody would have been like, damn, they're not really trying to get to know anybody else. And I think that's why they got rid of Jeremiah. But honestly, Jeremiah should have stayed and had another chance. And Huda should have left. Because Huda was causing all the corruption and the problems in the damn villa. To be honest. If you really think about it, Huda was the main one that was causing all the fucking drama and Huda, the shit. But everybody wanted to defend Huda. Huda, coulda, woulda, bitch. Because she would have been staying home. No shade. But I like this new Huda. I like the new mature Huda. I like the new, you know, her. Like the new her. Because the old her, bitch, she could have stayed at the villa. Stay right there. Heck of it, stay right there. But the new her, I feel like she kind of trying to grow. She's trying to listen more. Because the old Huda, bitch, the old Huda wouldn't have been listening to nobody. Y'all already know she wouldn't. would have been going out the window, going out the door, bitch, as soon as he came in the door. So, honestly, I like this reunion. Also, I like the fact that I feel like the apologies that Taylor did to Alandria was very fucking weak. I feel like it was weak as fuck. And I feel like it was not genuine. And I feel like honestly, Alandria and Nick, I like them. I live for Alandria, Team Alandria. But I feel like it's fake. And I'm gonna keep saying to y'all why. The reason why I say all these fucking relationships is fake on this show, the only real relationship I think was really fucking real was Ace and Shelley. And that's No C No E. I feel like they really built a bond. But I feel like they built more of a friendship bond and then grew into a relationship bond. I feel like with Hood and Chris, they had a bond at first, but she got over his ass. She wasn't really fucking with him. And then you had Pepe and Iris, and Pepe ain't really fucking with her. He was fucking with Hannah. And then you have Taylor and Clark, and I feel like Taylor, you already know what he is, girl. I feel like she don't know what the fuck she got a girlfriend, basically. Like, she a girlfriend dealing with a girlfriend. No shade. Like, she's on that spectrum. Like, no shade. Because he don't give me that he want her. He just playing around with her. It's like a kid playing with a toy all the time. And I think that's what he's doing with Clark. She can't see it. She just like, I got a nigga. Girl, no. He don't really. You his sister wife, bitch. Like, you his sister, girl. And what else? With, that's it. I just feel like they the realest one. Brian and Maya, they kind of faded for me, honestly. And I used to live for them. I used to let them down. But I feel like with this reunion, I was like, damn, y'all ain't touch. Y'all ain't really looking. Y'all ain't really engaging. Brian just there. And even when Brian and Zach when Zach was talking to Amaya, Brian was just sitting there. Like, girl, if you don't speak up, like, he said something, but it wasn't too much. Like, he kind of came a little snap, but he didn't give too much. Because I was like, bitch, you ass talking about, bitch, you a weird ass bitch, you a fake ass bitch, slut, shut your ass up. Like, I've been doing all that. But they would have to put me out the show and send me home. But, honestly, like I said, the reunion was very good. What else they talked about? They talked about Austin and his body count, and we already know that's still high, girl. They one of the other girls, and the other girls, whatever, I don't know. And he lied to the girl and all this shit, and then, it was just, the reunion was really fucking messy. So the reunion was messy because they put those clips that we never seen, and they were just like the whole thing with Huda and Shelly when she was saying she kept Chris just because she kept Chris because for both of them. But the whole time, Huda, you want that in the man for yourself, and don't say that because at the end of the day, you want him because you still was on him. It wasn't for Shelly, it was for both of y'all. But my thing with Shelly, you did agree, so you didn't disagree. Girl, no shade. That's why I say it be like up and down with this, up and down. So girl, no shade. So that's why I say they be so messy. And the reunion was so good. It was so good. I ain't gonna lie. It was so full of packed of fucking joy. So packed of energy to see them on the stage together. They did an amazing job. I think they did so well with the reunion. And honestly, I can't wait till next season because I think the next season is the game show. And then after the game show, I think they're doing another season. So they need to hurry up and pick the girls for that season because I want to be on it. And I like it. I think they did good. I think they did it really well. But honestly, I feel like all of the relationships in the villa kind of died down. You only see them on Instagram. They're more like social media presence relationships more so than in public relationships. And then they asked her who she dates. She said, I can't do it because of Netflix. I can't do it because of Netflix. I can't. Yeah, because bitch, you date a basketball player, a football player, whoever the fuck you date. You date somebody that's in the industry. You date somebody in the limelight. And you date that man. So that girl, you know who you dating, girl. You know who you fucking with. Her, the girl's on. Like, girl, stop it. No shade. No shade. But I live for the reunion. The reunion with C. Go watch it if y'all didn't watch it. I'm sorry to spoil some spoilers. What else happened? Oh, when they asked Chris and Huda would they be friends again, Chris told their ass, no, we won't be friends again. I could forgive you, but I won't forget, girl. No shade, no T, no E. And he wasn't wrong because I wouldn't have forgave your ass either because what you did was wrong. And you put that man through, like, he really was fucking with you. He let you meet his parents and everything. You really was He was fucking with you low key. Like, I could tell he was. And then you spit him to the side, bro. You was on some goofy shit. So, at the end, I understand where he coming from. And you didn't deserve to get the second chance. And a lot of them don't even fuck with Hoodie no more. Like Shelly, Alandria, Chris, Jeremiah, they don't fuck with her because at the end of the day, she did some snake ass shit. And if y'all can't see 4 people out of the fucking village don't fuck with her, y'all is weird as fuck. I don't know what to tell y'all. That's weird. Like, that is so weird. 4 people out of the village don't fuck with one person. You're the problem, X. And in every situation, you were the problem. Even though some shit they did say behind your back was messy, because even when Shelly, it was Sierra, it was somebody, Taylor on the couch, it's like she thinks we're looking at her. That was very wrong, y'all. It's very fucking childish, y'all. Y'all just very fucking childish. And then my thing is, y'all was in her face the next moment that y'all could get. So that was very wrong of Shelly and fake of Shelly, but ain't nobody gonna call that out either. But I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna let y'all know what the fuck it is and what's really tea and what's really going on. But honestly, the reunion was tea. I live for it. I fucking love it. And I think they did an amazing job. And yeah, and I think the relationships need to, be real with each other and keep that shit going. Because at this point, when they first started and they was asking everybody, is they still together? Everybody was looking clueless and shit. I'm like, y'all need to be single. Just be single again. Because at this point, y'all got y'all coin, y'all got y'all money, y'all got y'all exposure. Be single. Because don't none of y'all look like y'all interested in the person y'all with. The only person that look interested in Aisha fucking Shelly. And he said he finna marry it. He might marry her. Boom. Drop the ball. So if you don't want to watch this, it's going to be spoilers. So I'm sorry if I spoiled anything for you guys if you didn't watch it. But honestly, it was top tier reunion and it was so fucking messy and it was so good. It was so good. And I live for it. So like I'm subscribed to do a big 50 thumbs up. This is my reaction to Love Island Season 7, Episode 37, The Reunion. Wow.